Welcome to The Practical Path, a podcast for personal and spiritual growth. Every week, another step along the path toward a more peaceful, happy life. A life where you grow into the best possible version of yourself, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Now, let's get started down the path for today. And indeed, welcome. This is The Practical Path, a podcast for personal and spiritual growth. And this is episode, or step, as we like to say, because we do steps along the path. Step number 52, Vicki Wagoner. We've been doing this for a year.
I know. I can't believe it. It's got up to a year already. Jeez.
Crazy.
Yep.
That, I mean, they always say time flies, and it does.
I was just thinking that.
I don't know. I know that it's, and this is a Bill theory. By the way, I'm Bill Sklodowski, and that's my friend and show partner, Vicki Wagoner, coming to us live and direct from Blue Ridge, Georgia. Welcome aboard for episode 52, step number 52. This is a Bill Sklodowski original, and I thought when you get older, time passes more quickly because each succeeding year, like when you're 60 to 61 is a tiny percentage of your life. So it goes by pretty. When you're 5, now I'm probably going to blow the math, but when you're 5, that year of 5 to 6, that's 20% of your life, right?
Right.
But when you get to be 60, that becomes 2% of your life. Or I do the math. I mean, but the math works, whatever. Each year that you live makes that year a smaller and smaller and smaller percentage of the total time you have lived. So therefore, you experience as going by faster. I don't know. Maybe I should win the Nobel Prize for that. I don't know. I just...
What's the percentage for 72?
Well, you'd have to figure out. Well, if I said, if I said, Alexa, what's 72 divided by 100? 0.72. No, that's not right. So, okay, I did that the wrong way. What did I say? 72. Alexa, what's 100 divided by 72? 1.3889, Miss Alexa says. So from 72 to 73, that's only 1.38% of your life in that year compared to the total number of years you have lived. Yeah. Again, Alexa, what's 100 divided by 5? 20%.
Oh.
So nobody cares. Nobody cares about Bill talking to his digital assistant. But 20% of your life versus 1 point whatever percent of your life. Hello, it's a difference. So anyway, time flies when
thank you for
How
that.
did I get down this road? It's just come back, Bill, come back.
Not making me happy, I got to tell you that.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not making you happy. I know. But you get it. Okay. So fine.
I do.
Why did I start on this? Because 1 year ago, this show kicked off. 1 year ago, we started The Practical Path with the idea of helping our friends and listeners to just have some interesting ideas, maybe helpful ideas on ways to live a little bit more of a peaceful life, a happy life, whatever. I mean, what would you say? What's our message?
Just the awareness of how precious time is. And, if you're healthy and you're strong and, you've got all your, brain, to use it and to appreciate it and to enjoy it for the time that you got.
Right.
Because if you, look over your shoulder, it's like, whoa, where'd all this time go? So knowing, wherever you are in your life, you've only got so much left. Use it, be thankful for it, appreciate it.
Exactly.
The best of it.
Exactly. There is more at this point for many of us. There is more real estate in the rearview mirror than there is out the front of the windshield.
Yes. Yes.
Even somebody like me who talks about living to be 100. Well, okay, that's
possible. My grandma
possible, absolutely. But even that would not even at that, I am way past halfway at this point. So, yes, that's anyway, all of that to say we appreciate you and we thank you, our friends and our listeners, for being with us for a year. And we just, that's totally fabulous. So, again, thank you for joining us. And can't appreciate you enough for those of us that have been
So,
along the journey and et
yeah.
cetera. So, yeah, awesome. And
Yes. And thank you.
thank you. Absolutely. Just thank you. Got something to add to that in a moment. I did want to say that. Um, the we continue to be hopefully continue to be of service to our listeners and our friends and
Mhm.
all of that. And one of the things I always want to get in as soon as possible at the beginning of the show is that this is what Miss Vicki Wagner does for a living. I'm like, a living. She does it as a passion and as a living and as a help and as a service and as all those things with
Yes.
folks. And if that's something that you would be interested in hearing more about, she would. I mean, it's like even if you just want to call and find out what she can help with, right? I mean, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but
Of
that's
course.
something you're open to have that discussion with people is what I'm
Oh,
saying.
absolutely.
How would
Yes.
somebody get in touch with you if they were interested in hearing more?
Well, they could call or text 239-248-0586, or they can email Vicki, Vicki, Wagoner, Wagoner, 53 at gmail.com.
There you go. And as far as yours truly is concerned, keep an
Mm-hmm.
eye out on YouTube at just do a search for the hashtag Bill's iPhone Tips, and you will find my videos and all of that. And I've been on a kick lately of warning people about all the scams and stuff that
Oh,
are out there. I saw yet
yes.
another one. Hang on, I'm going to flick over to my inbox. I saw yet another one in my inbox this morning, and a lot of them are coming now apparently. Well, when you're a scammer, you're not the smartest. You're not the brightest bulb in the box. So
Mm,
a lot of them come with like no subject. It'll say, your email will say no subject, which means they didn't take the time to type in a subject line.
okay.
But yeah. So, and this one is it's actually a spreadsheet. For those of you who know your Microsoft Office stuff, if you've ever worked with your Microsoft Office stuff, this one is actually a spreadsheet, a Microsoft Excel spreadsheet. And I guarantee you, I haven't even opened it. I already know it's going to be an invoice for something I did not buy.
Absolutely. I get those, and
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
really? I don't think so.
Now, some people have worried that if I just open the email, am I going to get in trouble? And can it do something to my computer and whatever? And
Yeah.
no, the answer is no. At this point, anyway, the
Yeah.
technology is that just looking at an email is not going to get you in trouble. And in fact, just to put a little more, reassurance on it, with these emails, they're not infecting your computer with anything. It's not like the old days when you would click on something and it would be like it would wipe out your computer and oh damn that there's no
Yeah.
money in that. There's no money in wiping out people's computers
Okay.
unless you hold a company hostage, which is a whole nother story. But
Oh dear.
but the scam emails that you are seeing nowadays are all simply trying to get you to call them and to because once you call them now they can give you the song and dance of oh my god it's good that you called because there's something going on with your computer and we need to fix it and then the scam really
Mm.
starts.
Oh dear.
So
Yeah.
my advice to my friends and my computer clients and to everyone on this podcast,
Yeah.
you can open that email and you can read it and see what it is, but don't ever call one of the numbers that they list. And sometimes they're not even good phone numbers. They're just like, I don't know.
I
These people
know.
sending
Yeah.
out scams are like, okay, it's not, I get it. English isn't your first language. I get it. But maybe if you're going to scam somebody, you should, put a little homework in. All right. Never mind. I don't want to try and help out scammers there. So anyway, just keep an eye out for that, folks. Just keep an eye.
Yes.
There you
There's
go.
so much of that, and
It's crazy. It
frustrating.
really is crazy. And I don't understand it. Well, I do understand it. It's
You
money.
do.
It's money.
Yes. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Anything anybody can do to, not anything, but I mean, let's face it, there are people out there who do not subscribe to the same moral standards as the good people who listen to this podcast.
Yes.
Um, so yeah, just be aware that you're out there. So,
Yes.
okay,
No,
that's
that's a good point. Thank you
yeah,
for that.
there
Yes.
you go. So Vicky got herself a new iPad this week, so I know I'm going to be doing a little bit of tech support here in the coming days. So it's okay.
Hey, I was able to open up the box, take it out of the wrapper.
There
I
you go.
actually knew how to turn it on, so
There
you
you
know,
go. There you
that's big
go.
for me.
More about that later. More about
Yes.
the trials and tribulations of setting up a new gadget.
Oh
So,
boy.
yeah, I know. Been talking about the passing of time, and I came across. Uh, oh, this is my favorite new bumper sticker. Speaking,
Oh,
this has nothing to do with passing of time, but it's about money. And it's like, you wake up tomorrow morning and find you're worth $1 billion. What's the first thing you do, Vicki Wagner?
faint.
Uh-huh. Okay. Okay, that's good. I like that. I do. I've tried that on a few friends, and you get all the great answers. You get all the great answers, and I'm like, nope, 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 nope. And they're like, okay, Bill, you wake up tomorrow, you're worth $1 billion. What's the first thing you do? And I'm like, make coffee. Hey, it's Bill stepping out of the studio for a quick second. On the podcast, one of the things we talk about a lot is motivation, the desire to get things done in life. It might be physical stuff, losing a few pounds, getting a better job, finding a great relationship. Or it might be more of what I like to call internal things, finding ways to feel better about yourself or life in general. Well, to help our listeners along that particular path, we've prepared a helpful, simple guide for personal motivation. It's called Flipping the Switch: How to Create Motivation at a Moment's Notice. I'd like to send you a free copy, along with some other special bonus goodies. Bonus, you say? Well, yes, kind of an unadvertised in-store special. What is it? Well, you'll just have to find out for yourself. So, do this. Head over to the website, www.thepracticalpathpodcast.com. Yep, the same name as the podcast itself. Put in your email and we'll immediately send you to the free download. We'll also let you know about upcoming podcast episodes and other behind-the-scenes information. Again, just head over to the website, www.thepracticalpathpodcast.com, and get your free guide to boosting your personal motivation. I'm sure you'll find it helpful and, dare I say, practical. Now, back to the show.
Second thing you do is don't tell anybody because they're going to be knocking on your door.
Don't tell anybody. You win the lottery, you do it in silence. Yeah, trust me. Anyway, so yeah, what's the first thing you do? You make coffee. I love that. All right.
Oh my gosh, that's a good one.
Passing of time. And I follow a blogger who writes about the minimalist lifestyle.
Hmm.
And because that's kind of me.
Oh
And
yeah.
don't own a lot of stuff, don't need a lot of stuff, don't want a lot of stuff.
Right.
And I find that my life is easier,
Hmm.
easier to navigate, easier to everything when I don't have a ton of stuff. You know, I have a lady friend, a new lady friend over, and she'll be working in the kitchen on something. And where's this? Where's that? And I know exactly where it is. It's in this drawer down here, blah, blah, blah. And she's
Right.
like, people look at you funny when you know where stuff is. But see, when you don't own a lot of stuff,
Right.
it makes it easy to know where you're at. So anyway,
Definitely.
the so the blog that I follow this on whatchamacallit, on being a minimalist, wrote a post last week, and not all of them are applicable, but the post was 10 things I wish I knew a decade ago. We've been talking about the passing of time. 10
Hmm.
things I wish I knew a decade ago. And he starts off talking about when he was a young man. I think the writer is in his 40s or 50s now, but he says, the uncomfortable truth is I spent most of my 20s optimizing. Now, it's kind of techie, optimizing for the wrong metrics. And in
Oh,
business, that's just the things that you do. That's just like numbers. You know, if you're making cars, you want to make X number of cars a month. You want to, blah. That's metrics, right?
okay.
In his words, metrics included things like chasing approval from people I didn't respect,
Oh.
adding complexity when it was not needed, avoiding conversations that would have changed things. The
Mm.
shift didn't happen overnight, but it was a series of quiet realizations that completely rewired how I approach life. So, 10 things I wish I'd have known a decade ago. And number one, and I love this, Happiness to me is subtraction, not addition.
Oh,
I know.
I
We
like
are
that.
wired to think that happiness comes from adding, quote unquote, more to life. More
Hmm.
habits, more money, more friends, more stuff. But
Yes.
here's what I have learned: peace comes from less, fewer distractions, less one sided relationships,
Oh,
less stress.
yes. Oh, yes.
You ever think you could go to the gym and burn 500 calories on that god awful stair step machine? Well, sure, you could. And then you go home, you look at a food label and realize you could have skipped those 500 calories by eating better foods instead of trying to burn them off after the fact.
Good point. Yep.
Sometimes in life, same thing in life. Instead of adding your way to happiness, start subtracting what is weighing you down. So here's your question for today as we get into the show. Ask yourself, what is draining you right now?
Mm,
That's
yeah.
not negative thinking. That's a breakthrough question because if you cut out what is sucking away your energy right now, guess what? You have more energy.
Yes.
Remember, sometimes you don't need more, you need less of what's in the
Yep.
way.
Yep. It's like clutter,
It is
energetic
like clutter.
clutter. Yeah. Hmm.
So you have to, don't have to, you may choose to, because on this show we always give you choices.
Yeah.
You may choose to declutter
Hmm.
in a lot of areas of life. It's not just physical stuff, is it?
Right. It's the mental and the emotional things that you hold on to that control you, that manipulate you. And stepping back from it and looking at the bigger picture of it, what did you learn from it? Okay. How did you grow from this opportunity? How can you shift your perspective on it?
Mm-hmm.
And that's like unloading, weight, energetic weight that we carry around. That's our stress, that's our hurt, that's our anger,
Yes.
that we're carrying around. So looking at it from the perspective of instead of they did this to me is what did I learn from it?
I I love that. And the reason I'm smiling is because I had a conversation with an old friend this week, and it's a lady you know sideways, side on the side. You never met her, but you know her
Okay.
because I lived with her for several years.
Okay.
We had a conversation, and she was open enough. Honestly, I gave her credit. I gave her credit because in the past, it's not something she would have ever admitted to. But she asked me about some things with her personality, because she's looking for a new love of her life, and
Hmm.
she wants to find out how that's going and or what she can do.
Right.
And she mentioned something just like that, like you said, about some sort of emotional thing that you carry from the past, because
Yeah.
she has a pretty ugly family history. I get it. That's fine.
Mhm.
And it has given her this belief that when people, I'm not going to say do something to you, but they react to you in a certain way, that
Mhm.
that is that other person. Like if some, all right, let's put it on Bill. Let's put it on Bill.
Okay.
If I just happen to pass somebody in the store or whatever, or
Mhm.
I trip over somebody, or I get in somebody's way, and somebody says something kind of ugly or something, or just in a quick passing, whatever. I have the opportunity now to make a decision. Do I take that as a personal, that person thought of an insult for me in that moment and delivered it to me because they just don't like me? Or are they just having a bad day
Right.
and something came out? And it had, and here's the point that I think most people miss: 99 times out of 100, it has nothing to do with you,
True.
right?
Yeah. Yep.
It's all about where their mind is at the moment, or what they're thinking about, or whatever. And my old friend, again, to bring it back to her, she did that again. She said something about how somebody in her family said something or did something or whatever, and God, they must really not like me, or they must really have it out for me, or something like that.
Mm. Yeah.
Doesn't help that she's from New York City, and I think that's part of it. But that's my own personal bias. I admit right
Okay.
there, that's my own personal bias. Um, and I said, no, stop, wait. This is a habit for you, and I'm going to invite you, or as my friend Vicki Wagoner would say, I'm going to challenge you to look at that and maybe release that, or at least change your thinking about that, because most people, most people aren't thinking about you, not in the way that you choose to think. And I think that's our ego getting in the way sometimes. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. And a lot of it does go back to childhood, things that happened in our childhood that were too little to understand, and we take everything so personal, and we just grow up continuing to do the same thing over and over again. So that's why really was a nice thing of you to challenge her to look at it from that different perspective, to look a little bit deeper and go, I don't think it's really about me. What is going on with you
Right.
that you're reacting?
Right.
You've got to get this out. And lots of times we do that when we feel that we're safe around someone.
What do you mean? We do what when we feel we're
Well,
safe?
we react, we get, some of that hurt out.
Oh,
And
okay.
and so sometimes, when we feel safe with someone that we can do that, knowing that, you're going to come back with maybe look at it differently.
Oh, okay.
And so you were actually very kind to turn around and say, hey, look a little deeper,
Right.
basically,
Right. Right.
which is what she needs to do. And a lot of people don't want to touch that. And you were just being yourself, kind and loving, and you see things from different perspectives. So,
That's mostly it. Yes, I see it
and
from a different.
helping her to maybe have that opportunity. Now
I
it's up to
agree.
her. Does she accept it or does she fight it? That you can't change that.
Right.
Yet you gave her the opportunity to do that.
And again, we've talked about that on this show many times, is
Mhm.
that you can only do your part. I mean,
Oh yeah.
Bill, in offering that
Yeah.
tidbit of wisdom or that tidbit of insight,
Yes.
I can only do my side, which is to offer it to somebody. If they ask for more clarification, okay, I can do that, but there's no way I can change somebody else.
No.
That's their job. So
That
like
is
you said,
the
and like we have said many times on this show, that you can be there for somebody. You can help,
job.
try to offer them that different perspective, offer
Yes.
them the opportunity to think about it differently. But whether they do it or not, that's not your job.
That's up to them.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So you can do the thing, but recognize it has limitations,
Yes.
because it's up to that other person to change.
Yes.
And I
Yet.
mean, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, yet you gave them the opportunity, the different perspective to go, oh, well, wait a minute. Let me think about that. That's something new.
Right.
Let me, just, and maybe it would have been nice if she would like continued that, but it's up to her. Yet you've done what you needed to do.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
because we can't fix anybody, we can fix ourselves, but we can offer opportunities. It's up to that person.
Yes, what they do the
Hmm.
next time
Right.
that thing comes along, and
Mhm.
then then that's the job. To me, that's the work. I
That's the
mean,
work. Yes.
that's the work
Mhm.
is, I know there's a different way to do something, to respond. And we last week we talked about the difference between react and respond. I know
Yes.
there's a opportunity here for me to respond differently than I've done in the past. Will I take that opportunity or will I not? Now, the problem is, and I get it, I'm going to say it's a problem, it's a challenge, it's a whatever spiritual word you want to put on it, I get it. But it really can be difficult sometimes to be in the heat of the moment of a discussion, of an argument, of a whatever, and say, oh, wait, Bill, there's an opportunity here for me to think differently about. No, you don't usually do that. You usually go, you son of a blah, blah, blah. Okay, I get it. I do. It's not easy. That's the work.
Yes.
That's the piece of it that moment of recognition. God, we talk
Yes.
about that all the time too.
Yes.
Here it is. We're on show number 52. We've been doing this for a year. And in case you haven't noticed, friends and listeners, some things come up a lot,
Hmm. Oh yeah, it's
but for
lots.
good reason.
Yeah, for good reasons. Yes, absolutely. And do we have all the solutions? No, yet we share what, feels right, what comes to us, and whatever anybody does with that, I hope they do. And
Right.
if not, I respect that. That's
Right.
choices. Everybody has choices.
That that's the big answer. I mean, that no, not the big answer. That's the big thing that, again, one of those main concepts of this show and of the whole process of personal and spiritual development is you always have a choice. You do.
Yes. Yeah.
You might think you don't, but that's probably only because you've reacted this way 50 out of the last 50 times you've done the same thing. And what, as Albert used to say, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results.
Absolutely. And putting that quote into it, that could be what she's doing. She's gotten so programmed at doing the same thing over and over again that you offering this bit of advice, hopefully, was like, kind of like, I don't know, the bottle top, you know, popping off, popping it off and
Right.
looking at it again from that different perspective and being
Right.
going, whoa, I have choices.
Yes. Yes. And again, one of our favorite authors, Louise Hay. If you haven't read, you can heal your life. Go out and find it right now at a book sale somewhere. Don't spend more than $1 for it because it's everywhere.
Everywhere.
When you find it, buy You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay, and it will change your life.
It
It will
did.
change your life because she's really the
Absolutely.
one that, I don't know if she invented the whole idea of always having a choice, but she really popularized it.
Yes. Oh my gosh, very, very much so. I've got several of her books and I love her books. And it's just right there. It's just there's nothing fancy about it. It's just common sense, seeing things again from that different perspective, that different angle, different choices. And it really does help your life.
Like
I
you
mean,
said,
I
I
read,
think, yeah, I think the best advice, the best philosophy, the best whatever is always the kind of thing that you read and go, of course, of course. How could it not be that way? But again, we get stuck in our patterns, and so we don't see that, of course,
Mhm.
until someone either points it out to us or, the universe hits over the head with it.
Oh, they will get very creative in getting your attention, believe me.
I-
Had too many experiences.
we all have.
But they're
We all
all
have.
good.
Yeah,
They end up
they're all
all good.
good.
But
And
boy, at
we
the
have all
moment,
had that. We have all had those experiences in life where something happens, and usually it's not in the moment. Usually it's like later that night. They always have that on the cartoons, like 20 minutes later. You have that, you go, "Hey, wait a minute. Oh, that," and you
that,
have that moment of realization. Yeah.
yes, yeah.
All right. So anyway, that all started with the number one thing about things you wish you knew 10 years ago, which is happiness is not addition, it is subtraction. Take away the things that hold you back. So,
Yes,
and I know that's one of the things that you really are a specialist in, and with helping people of seeing the things that have been holding them back,
yes.
and then giving them new opportunities to maybe
Mhm.
put some of that burden down, as they say. So yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Before we take a break, the number two thing, which is kind of related to this, we've been talking about how you interact with people and how you respond to people in life and all of that. And number two rule of things this guy wish he knew a decade ago was number two: the people you are trying to impress won't be at your funeral,
Okay.
right? A lot of times the impressive act gets in the way of genuine connection. Like, you go on
Mm,
a date. If you're honest with yourself, how much of the time are you thinking, do they like me? Do they like me? Versus how many times do you think, do I like them?
true.
So
Yeah.
what if that's your intention? It doesn't mean you're a jerk or you're one-sided, but really when you do this, it opens you up to not just look at the impression, but focus on genuine connection.
Oh,
And
I
that's
like
really
that.
where all relationships improve when you drop the need to look impressive,
Mm,
right? I mean,
yeah.
okay, I get it. In business, I show up in a suit and a tie. Well, I would never show up in a suit and a tie, but I understand that there are times when you want to impress some
Yes.
group, some whatever, that's fine, but I get it. I do. And you know, there's sometimes when you want to be impressive, but not with people you really want to connect with, I guess is the point. If you're
Mm,
really looking for a connection, a friendship, a
yeah.
love, a relationship, a something, you're the job is not to impress people. And
Yeah.
I've noticed that as someone who has done his fair share of dating a year or two ago. Um, that I would hear myself saying things and go, that's not, they don't care. They don't care about that. I'm trying to tell a story so I sound quote unquote impressive. And it's like, who
Mm.
gives a rat's ass? It's just not that important. Right? I mean, just make a good connection with somebody. Be actually, and I've heard this 100 times too, they've done studies on this, that if somebody walks into a party full of people and all he or she did was to ask questions about the other person. Like I'm at a party and I come across Vicki Wagoner and I go, "Oh, Vicki, what do you do?" And you say, "Oh, I'm a hypnotherapist, a tarot card reader, blah blah, card reader, oracle cards." Or oh, that sounds fascinating. Tell me more. And I spend our entire conversation, whatever, 5, 10, 20 minutes, asking you about you, and then I go to the next person and the next person, and all I do is I ask questions about that person. At the end of the party, they will take a survey of who was the most interesting guy in the party, and guess what? The person that asked the questions is the most interesting person at the party because they asked about the other person. What do you
Right.
know about Bill? I don't know anything about him. He didn't say a whole heck of a lot. He just asked me about me, and I got to talk about me. It's true. It really, I mean, it is true that that's how that works. It really is. So again,
Yeah.
we're giving you tools, people. Use them carefully. Don't go out. Make sure you use them for good and not for evil. I know you don't go to a whole hell of a lot of parties, and neither do I. But just in case,
Okay. And I do ask a lot of people because that's a way to open people up and get them to be comfortable. But what I also felt when you were talking about that is being authentic.
yes,
And that's the feeling I got from it. This is who I am. And you were a newsman for years and years and years. So that just was natural for you is to ask questions. And
right.
that's how you get people, to get comfortable because you're interested in them. And they take the walls down because going into a crowd where people you don't really know, that's kind of,
That's a tough one.
yeah, it's tough. So showing up and being authentic,
Mm-hmm.
just being yourself and going, oh, well, that's interesting and so forth. And that'll open those people up to start asking you questions too about who you are because you're being open, you're being authentic, you're being yourself. And it's lots of times people show up and, it's sad, but they're phony. And and I can feel when people are phony and it's like,
Oh,
why am
sure.
I bothering with this person? Because I feel things and sense things and know things. It's like, just be yourself. You don't have to impress me.
Right.
I'm just accepting you for who you are.
You're right, though, because, and I think a lot of that comes from the fact that people feel the need to be impressive, for lack of a better word. They
Yeah.
feel like they have to have something memorable or something whatever,
Hmm.
when really, I mean, we can't all be Taylor Swift, you know,
Goodness. Sorry.
or whatever.
I
You
offended
can't.
anybody.
I know. I just pulled that one out of a hat, didn't I? All right,
Yeah.
I'm a guy, I'm a sports fan. We can't all be Tom Brady.
There you
So,
go.
it's like it was yesterday was his birthday. Thanks, Tom.
Oh,
Thanks, Tom, for making every other male on the planet look bad. But
yeah.
it's okay. It's okay. Anyway, the
Oh,
point of it is you don't have to try and impress somebody with some external thing. And what do I mean by external? Something you did, something you own, something you whatever, accomplished or whatever. There's time for that later, maybe not. But first, you have to, like you said, make the connection with somebody on a deeper level. And you do that by asking them about them. So they
yes.
get to talk about what they love and what they find interesting.
Yep.
And that's, I mean, if you're playing the relationship game, um, and we all are to one extent or another, That's useful information too. Oh, I know Vicki loves this, but hates this. Oh, I know Vicki loves, whatever. I know that her favorite music is this and not that, or whatever. And so now if I'm trying to develop a better relationship,
Right?
I know things that I can use
Yes.
to help better that relationship.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, easy. Not easy, but mindful, I guess, is the way
Mindful.
we're gonna.
Yeah,
Yes. So there you go. All right,
I
let's
like
do
that.
this. Let's take a quick break. We're already halfway through the show. Good golly, they speed
Gosh.
along. Well, remember, we're getting older, so things go faster.
Oh, thank you for
I
that. Like I need
I
it
knew
to go faster.
I knew you'd appreciate that. I knew you'd appreciate
Not tell you how old I am.
it. And we're getting older even as this show goes on.
Oh yeah, the
So
minutes are ticking.
take a break, make your bathroom stop, get your coffee refilled. We will be right back. And we're back. This is The Practical Path, a podcast for personal and spiritual growth. And it's step number 52, which we've been kind of taking note of along the way. It's the end of the first year of shows. Unbelievable
I didn't
how fast
know that.
time flies.
Yeah, I
I know.
never even thought of it. Wow.
Time flies whether you're having fun or not.
We're having fun.
I know it flies, I think, faster when you're having fun.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
definitely.
So I would agree with that. So we've been talking about a blog post that I read this week, which is 10 things I wish I knew a decade ago. And the young man young man, he's younger than I am, who wrote this, kind of reflecting on things that he has learned and tried and stuff like that over the decade of whatever.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
some of them are business related, some not so much. So I'm going to skip ahead a little bit.
Okay.
His next one is it's kind of business, but it's kind of personal, and that is momentum is greater than motivation. He uses a little greater than sign. Momentum is greater than motivation, and I think that can apply in a lot of things.
Okay.
And as he says, most people just sit around waiting to feel ready. They want to see the whole plan of how something will work out before they start, or they just don't start. And I have my own example for that. Let me read on a little bit here. He says, here's what I've learned. Life is a lot like driving at night. Your headlights only shine 100 feet in front of you, but then the next 100 feet reveal themselves, and then the next 100 and the next. You get the impression. You understand. And you get
Yeah.
to your destination no matter what the conditions are, or how dark it was outside of the illumination of your headlights.
Right.
So many times we say, I just can't see where this is going. We say to ourselves, I don't see where this is going, instead of just focusing on the next 100 feet.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
Yes. So there you go. And he talks about his musical career and stuff like that. He's played on some bands and stuff like that. He said, all I did was, practiced each day, not knowing where it would lead. I just took the action of every day putting in a little bit of work. And he says, what if you didn't need motivation? What if you need momentum? Objects and for you scientists out there, Newton's second law, third law, objects in motion tend to stay in motion. So get moving. And what does that mean, Bill? What does that mean for me? That means for yours truly, and I
Hmm.
told you about this a week or so ago, I have this new habit. And it's not a habit just yet, but I'm working on it. Every morning I get up, I put on my sneakers, and I put on my jogging clothes or whatever happens to be handy, because nobody's going to see me. I live on the fourth floor of my apartment. I walk down 4 flights of stairs and up 4 flights of stairs and down 4 flights of stairs and up 4 flights of stairs. I do it twice.
Good.
And I get to the top the second time.
Yeah.
But it's but
You're
it's
doing it.
I'm doing it.
Yeah.
And I think and I had a moment before recording this podcast where I was making coffee and I was getting ready for, to get in touch with you for the show. And I had that moment where it's like, oh, it's like quarter two. I haven't done my, we start talking at a certain time each morning. it's like 15 minutes before that. I haven't done my stairs yet. Can I do that? Is it like, I'm like, Bill, it's 4 flights of stairs. It can't. Put on my shoes, went and did it.
Good. Good for
Thank you.
you. Yes.
So it's not, to me, here's the bottom line. To me, it's not some monstrous exercise program that I need to get my gym bag and my shorts and my clothes and my towel and drive to the gym and get to the gym and
Oh,
get changed and get whatever. No, I put my shoes on and they're the slip-on kind. I don't even have to tie them.
wow.
They're those. I put my slip-on sneakers on. I
Mhm.
pull my gym shorts or my gym, pants on, whatever, my jogging pants and a t-shirt, and I walk the stairs. And it's literally, I step outside my door and the stairs are right there.
Wow.
So, in other words, it's not motivation. It's just, I've done it every day. It's easy. It's easy. Just go do it. Just get it done with.
Yes, do it. Get it done.
I think that's a big part of this whole process for people, for anything, whatever it is you want to do.
Mhm.
If you can find the small steps to make it so simple and so easy. And I mentioned, boy, it's been a long, long, long time ago that I remember mentioning a book called Atomic Habits. And it's not about atomic energy. It's about atomic being the smallest little particle,
Yeah.
like, molecules and electrons and protons, the smallest little thing you can do to help you to create the good habits in life.
Yes. Yeah.
As the James Clear. James, for some reason, I think it's James Clear is his name.
Okay.
You might want to look it up. But anyway, he talks about the same thing, that motivation is, it's it sounds good. It's
Yes.
like, I'm really motivated to do this. But most mornings you wake up, you're not motivated to do anything. You're motivated to stay in bed. But if you have a habit,
Mm,
now, do I think about brushing my teeth before bedtime? No, I just do it. Do
right.
I think now, for better or for worse, do I think about making coffee in the morning? No, I just do it.
Me too.
Right. No, I get it.
Yeah.
And so if I don't, if I, what I think, it wasn't this book that said it, but somebody somewhere said it takes 21 repetitions of something to turn something into a habit.
Okay.
So if I do the stair thing, and now my next step in this is to do it on the weekends. I don't do it on the weekends.
Oh,
Why,
okay.
why not, Bill? It's literally open your door and there's the stairwell.
Yep.
So, okay. So now, all right, challenge accepted. I will get up and I will do it on the weekends as well.
Yeah. Because what's it take? 5 minutes maybe
But
or
it's less than 5 minutes to go
yeah.
out and do the stairs. I mean, it literally is. Because I timed it this morning. I looked at the clock when I walked out and I looked at the clock when I walked in. It's like 10 minutes, not even. So
Okay.
anyway, long story short, motivation is nice.
Yes.
It comes and goes. A
Okay.
habit is something that you're like, it's a habit. I can't, I can't imagine me not doing this.
Okay. And
That's what a habit is.
I have a question. How does it make you feel?
Let me play devil's advocate for a split second and say, does a habit make me feel some way? And I don't know the answer to that, but I will say that when I'm done with it,
Hmm.
now I'm like, oh, okay, good. Check. Done.
There's
I
your
made a
answer.
check mark there, an air check mark.
Air
It's
check
like,
mark. But
if
you
I
feel
were right,
good.
if I were keeping track, which I probably should do. Thank you for that. Thank you for that, Coach Vicki. I remember that now. I should probably put a calendar, or just print out a silly little box of whatever on
Yeah.
the back of my door, on the back of
Yep.
my apartment door, because when I come in, check,
Check.
did the day. How does that feel? It feels good. It feels, it's not. I'm not saving the world. It's not a huge accomplishment. Oh, she's making a face at me. I know. Go ahead,
Yes.
make the face and tell me why it's important.
It's important because it's your commitment to yourself. You're being your own best friend. You're going,
Right.
hey, let's get out. Takes less than 5 minutes. Let's do this. And when you get back, it's like, oh, that's good. I accomplished this today. So it's
Yes.
got lots of reasons of why it's good
Yes.
for your health, for your mental well-being, being your own best friend. having a routine, that's comfortable for you,
Right.
respecting yourself, honoring yourself.
Hmm.
So it's bigger
Yes.
than what you're giving yourself credit for.
That's yes. Yes. And as it continues to grow as a habit,
Yes.
then the benefits, like it's like he said on his post there, your headlights only show the next 100 feet. Okay, that's all I know is I get up in the morning and I go do that thing.
Hmm.
In a month, in 2 months, or whatever, I'm going to probably feel a heck of a lot better about it. Not
Oh,
about the thing. That'll still be tiring and take work, but the benefits will start to show up. All right, you feel
yeah. Right.
stronger, you feel like you're not out of breath, you're all of that. So yes.
And again, I'm going to throw this back in there. You're respecting yourself. You're honoring yourself. You
Right.
appreciate yourself,
Right. Right.
which is wonderful because with that energy, you're doing that. Other people are going to feel it. Millions of people you're never going to meet are going to feel the same thing. So what you're doing now could motivate somebody else, or
There you go.
you feeling healthier. Your attitude is better. It's bigger than just walking up and down the stairs.
There you go. That is correct. That is
Mhm.
totally correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah. I love that in terms of keep it simple, keep it
Yeah.
positive, keep it, whatever.
Comfortable.
And
Comfortable for
then
you.
yeah. And then the habit turns into, well, it doesn't turn into anything. It becomes a habit and it becomes something that helps you on a regular basis. And you're like, oh, cool. I'm helping myself every day.
It's part of your life.
I am
It
being
does.
my own best friend, as Vicky would say.
Yes, absolutely. You know how much I throw that around.
It's true. It's true. It's true. One of the other points on his list, which relates to the exercise portion of it. I mean, I was using the motivation thing for exercise.
Right.
But number six, you cannot hack. And he uses that's a popular thing now. You've seen it online. Oh, this great hack for life, whatever.
Oh.
You can't hack sleep, nutrition, or exercise.
Mm.
I've learned this lesson over and over again. When I was in college, I had every supplement you could imagine. I was drinking all sorts of crazy things, growing my own algae, had vats of kombucha. I went crazy with all kinds of health hacks. He says, now I'm older and I'm focusing on what actually works. The basics you can write on a 3x5 card. 8 hours of
Wow.
sleep, 10,000 steps, plenty of water, keep track of what I eat.
Exactly.
Duh.
You're the one that goes to the grocery store, which
Right?
you're bringing home.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? Right? No gadget or supplement replaces good sleep. That's true.
Oh,
A
definitely.
bad diet with expensive green juice, still a bad diet. Stop looking for the magic potion, nail the basics first. Which, I mean, there you go. And just to take it back to my exercise thing, that's it. Do one thing, but I'm doing it every day.
Yes.
It's easy. Not
And it
easy.
adds
It's a
up.
habit. It's a habit. It's there you go.
It's like I tell people, I said, you look at the beach and you go, oh, it's beautiful. Well, guess what? The beach is one piece of teeny tiny little sand that has collected
Right.
over and over and over again.
Millions and millions and millions of them.
Yeah, and that's what you're doing.
Right.
And it's all going to add up.
I love that. Yeah, yeah. It adds up. It's all it's all positive stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. So I that's cool. Next one, which is kind of relates about the nobody, that you impress is going to be at your funeral, and that is nobody is thinking about you as much as you think they are.
Oh,
Right? And this relates back to that thing I was talking about with my friend, my former, she's still a friend, my friend who is worried too much about what other people might be thinking. He says, here's something that sums it up pretty well for me. When I was 18, I cared a lot about what other people think about me. When I
yep.
was 40, I pretty much stopped caring what other people think about me. When I got to be 60, I realized nobody's thinking about me in the first place. Right? There you go. You might be thinking about something. You were at a party. You might have said something slightly weird or whatever. You might be thinking about it for days, replaying that awkward moment in your mind. But I guarantee you, everybody else there forgot about it in 10 minutes. You are the main character in your story.
Yeah.
Everyone else is the main character in theirs.
Hmm.
Recognize the difference. This is
Yes.
liberating when it hits you. Stop playing life like everybody is watching and do your own thing.
I love that.
I
Be
do too.
yourself.
I do too.
People are going to like you. They're going to like you. If they're not, well, to me, that's their loss. You know,
Yes. Yes.
I think we're pretty good people.
I
Yeah.
think so too. I'm not, yeah, I
Yeah.
really, I still have that sometimes when I'll be in a group of people that I maybe not totally familiar with or whatever, and I'll say something or do something. I don't do something. I'll say something or whatever, and I'm like, I wonder how that landed. And then I'll go home and I'll have 5 minutes of going, I'm grimacing. I wonder how that landed. And then it goes away quickly, though. Yeah, I'm at the age now, it goes away quickly.
Yeah. And and that's who you are. I forever saying goofy stuff and Rick looks at me
Right,
sideways and it's like, this is
right,
me, you know.
right.
45 years later, if you haven't gotten used to me, I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you.
My favorite, my one of my favorites on that is pistachio ice cream. It's not for everybody.
Oh, I love pistachio ice cream. It's
I
from,
hate it.
oh my God, I got it in the
Oh,
freezer.
do you really? Good for you. See? And we're still friends.
We're still friends. Just because you don't like my pistachio ice cream.
Yeah, it's over. I've done that. I've done that with my lady friend now. She's like she keep we keep having we've not had the opportunity to do anything about it, but we keep having the pineapple on pizza argument.
Oh,
It's kind of like it's like it's the touchstone. It's the example thing of like if we disagree on something, I'm like, well, you like pineapple on pizza. Come on. Like how serious can that be? So yeah, we've had that many a time. So it's but the point is recognize that you are not for everyone and everyone is not for you.
and
And
that's
that's
okay.
okay. And that's okay. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I love that. I do. All right.
Well,
So
what I say is, do you like me? Great. You don't? That's okay. That's great too, because I like me. That's what's important.
that's all that matters. It
No,
is. It really is.
it
It's
really is. We have to be our own best friend. We have
yes.
to stand in our truth. This is me.
Yes.
I'm different.
Unless you're running for a political office somewhere and then you want to be liked by as
Oh
many
yeah.
people as possible. I get it. And we've seen where that leads.
Hmm.
we've seen we've seen how
Right.
that works out.
Woo.
So yeah, I get it. I do. Here's another one, and I love this one, and I know you will too, because it's kind of what you do with people, and that idea is another one of his life lessons. If you avoid the hard conversations, life gets harder itself.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So your life is determined by the amount of uncomfortable conversations you are willing to have.
Yep.
Asking for a raise, uncomfortable, but it could be a $10,000 talk, right?
Yeah.
Staying in the wrong relationship versus having the I don't see this working out talk can save you years of pain.
Oh yeah. I know that one.
Letting people walk all over you because you can't say no. Well, learn to hire movers instead of helping everyone move after 30 years old, right? Most problems do not magically go away. Like mold, they grow in the dark.
Oh,
I
they
like
do.
that. So the question becomes, what uncomfortable conversation are you putting off? I
Hmm.
promise you, and this is the author writing, but we agree, we promise you growth, personal, spiritual growth is on the other side of the difficult conversation.
Absolutely, all the time. And by addressing it, you're opening it up and you can shift it instead of just holding on to it like garbage. Who's holding on to garbage? But energetically, so often we hold on to it and it's can break you down. It can, poison you. So you
Yes.
have to get it out. You have to talk about it.
And you might, not might, and you will have to be okay with the results of that.
Yes.
Because you might be on the receiving end of the, this isn't working out conversation.
Yeah. Been there.
Yeah, of course. Of course. We all have at one point or another. And sometimes well, not sometimes, it's difficult to hear that.
Oh,
But
definitely.
it's also difficult to deliver it.
Oh,
So,
definitely.
it's like if you're the one that has to speak that can be tough too, because you don't want to be a jerk. You don't want to hurt somebody's feelings. You don't want to whatever. But at the same time, if we are indeed being our own best friend, it's
Yes,
important to do something that supports you
yes,
the most. That's
we have to.
as Ford used to say, that's job number one.
That is job number one.
Yeah,
And by being truthful, how much pressure are you taking off of the other person that may be holding the same thoughts?
sure,
And just being honest to go, we got to sit down, things aren't working out.
sure.
And that opens up opportunity for each person. Now, what they decide to do is up to them, but yet we've offered the
Right,
truth.
right, right. For
Because
those few moments, that person is going to be thinking about you, and they might not be good thoughts.
it may not be good thoughts, but in the long run,
Yes,
you gave them the gift of a new beginning
exactly.
for both sides.
Well said. You
Yeah.
gave them the. We used to in the back in the days when, like my friend BJ Odom and I would work in the radio business, we would say you're not getting fired, you are being made available to the industry.
Oh, that's a very nice and
It's a
respectful.
very nice way of saying your ass is fired, go find another job. But you're being made available to the industry. So yes, like you said, that's what made me think of it. You're giving the gift of new opportunities and possibilities to someone, to yourself,
Yeah,
and to the other person involved in that difficult conversation.
absolutely. Because by stuffing it, you're both miserable.
Yes.
And if you're in a relationship of any kind, business or, personal relationship, friendship, whatever, you feel it and it's uncomfortable and you're lying to yourself as well as you're lying to the other person.
Yes.
So someone has to step up and go, got to tell you it's not working.
Yes. Now, and you also, I'm also open to the possibility that it might not be the end of things. I
Yeah,
could say this thing that we're doing in our relationship is not working.
true.
How
Right.
can we fix it, improve it, get rid of it, keep
Right.
the good stuff, get rid of the bad stuff, whatever.
Right.
So yeah, you're not always looking to end. I'm thinking in terms of relationships again.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not. You may or may not want to end that relationship. You might, and that's your decision. But if
Right.
you're like, no, I'd like to stay with it, stick
Yeah.
with it. But at the same time, some things need to be upgraded here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shift things around. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. I appreciate you putting
Yeah.
that.
No, it's just. I mean,
Mhm.
I think
Yeah.
so. There you go. Last, we're running out of time, but I wanted to get this one in because it kind of puts a bow around a lot of the things we have talked about, which is the perfect time is a myth.
Mhm.
The perfect time to do something.
Yeah.
He talks about a decision to move across country or something like that. He says, I wasn't ready to launch my business, but it became the most successful thing I ever did. We weren't ready to, my wife and I weren't ready to get a dog, but we had a foster dog because, we wanted to, 48 hours later, we loved him. He loved us. Can't imagine life without him, blah, blah, blah. I
Yeah.
guarantee you are putting something off because you don't feel ready. I guarantee if you just started, you'd find yourself ready sooner than sitting there overthinking it. And this is a
Oh, yeah.
line here, and he concludes with a line that Vicki and I have used, and you don't remember this, and I do because we've talked about this before. You and I went to a seminar in Atlanta 100 years ago,
Oh,
and the
geez.
first thing the coach up on stage said is take out your fattest black magic marker and write on the first page of your notebook, good beats perfect.
No, I
Done
don't.
is better than perfect because perfect never gets done.
Yeah.
That's his line. But
Oh, yeah.
anyway, I know you don't remember that, but we had something like that. So, but the bottom line is good beats perfect because perfect never gets done, and there's never a perfect time.
Yeah. And you can drive yourself crazy trying to get perfect. Yeah.
I remember my brother, God bless you, Chris. I'm thinking about you up there in heaven. My
Mhm.
brother told me he and his wife were going to have a child, and Bill, being the overthinking professional that he is, told my brother without a hesitation, "Is this a good time for that? Are you ready for that?" And my brother, being the wise man that he was, said, "If you wait until the perfect time, you'll never do it."
Wow.
I know, right?
You're right.
He was
Yep.
right. I
Yep.
was unthinking,
Well,
not unthinking. I was responding from overthinking.
yeah.
But the fact of the matter is, just, good is better than, done is better than perfect. Good beats perfect. Perfect never gets done. There is never a perfect time for something. If I wait for the perfect time to feel like I want to go and do my exercises for the day, it won't happen.
It's going to take years.
It exactly. Or anything else,
You too.
anything you are doing. If
Oh,
I
yeah.
want to go out and plant a garden, I want to whatever. Most of us are
Yeah.
beyond childbearing years, so that's not a thing.
Way, way past.
Way past.
And I don't think you can do that, but never
No,
know.
no, no, no. So
It's the point.
the point is,
Yeah.
if you're waiting for the perfect time, you will wait forever. It
Yep.
will not happen.
Yep.
Because for starters, we are great, us humans, I mean, us people, we're great at, as we say in sports, moving the goalposts. It's
Oh,
like, this is what I think I want. This is what I think I'm waiting for. And then you get close to that thing and you go, oh, but wait, if only you add to it. It's like, oh, but
mhm.
how about this? And how about that? Okay, so now 10 years have gone by and you're still waiting for the perfect time to do the thing.
Oh, yeah.
Please,
Yeah.
just, as the shoe company says, just do it.
Yeah.
Just do
Yeah.
it.
You just got to dive in and see what happens, and when you do, you may have like a certain intention, yet when you dive in or you put the shoe on, there's other opportunities out there that maybe
Right.
you never gave a thought to, and all of a sudden you get motivated,
Right.
you know?
Right. Exactly right.
Yeah.
And that goes back to that other thing that we were talking about, is like when you're driving, you can only see at night, you can only see the 100 feet in front of you or whatever.
Right.
And that's fine. That's all you need to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It I'll tell you a secret. I used to teach classes about a whole bunch of things for adult education classes. Did I
Yes.
know everything that I needed to know walking into that class? No, but I had studied the things that we were going to teach that day.
Right.
So I was 1 hour ahead of my students. Literally. I
Well,
mean, and
and
that's enough. And they'll go, wow, you know or not? No, I read ahead. Yeah, it's like, whatever. I never said that. I told them I was a genius, but it's okay. But that's the point. The point is, it'll never be perfect. You will never be 100% ready. You will whatever, if it's something that you have figured out is a desire or a want in life,
mm,
just take the first, and we've talked about this too. And
yeah,
boy, I think that's the 10th time in this hour I've said we've talked about this before. I apologize for that, but it's true.
it's just true.
Take the step, take the one step you can see, and
Yes.
like you just said, the rest of it will be revealed to you. It will
Mhm.
magically, it will look to be magic. It will look like, wow, I didn't know that. Well, no, because you were back on that step behind you,
Yes.
and now you take the step forward and it's like,
Mhm.
oh, new stuff appears.
Mm.
Cool. And
Yeah.
that
And
might be just a matter of the steps you're taking in your journey of learning things. It might be
right.
new people show up in your life. It might be the universe aligns in a certain way to make things
Yep.
happen. It doesn't, the how is not that important.
Right.
It did happen.
It happened. And you jumped on it. You took, the opportunity. And that's what's important is that there's an opportunity arises and it feels right, go for it.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
everything else, unfolds around it.
Absolutely. Everything
Yes.
else will, all will be revealed. That's a line from a
Yes.
movie or a song or a something like that. I don't know what it is, but it's
Oh,
good and
sounds
it's true.
familiar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know, right?
I don't know why it just does. It's like that, but it's a
It
good one.
it does.
It's
It
good to
does.
remember that all will be revealed.
All will be revealed in everything in life. It just
Yeah.
doesn't I will speak for myself. I spend way too much time thinking about all those possibilities rather than taking the action of taking the next step
Just
and
going
letting the
for
universe reveal to me. So
it.
that is something I am working on for myself. I get that. That's
Good.
there you
Yes.
go. There you go.
Mm.
Oh, and I'm going to save this one for next week because we're out of the hour, but I did want to throw this one out and I'll give you a week to think about it because I know this is one of your favorites, which is life gets better when you stop taking it so seriously.
Oh, definitely.
We're going to start
Ooh,
next week with that one.
Yes.
That's your homework. Think about, are you taking life too seriously? All right, everybody, look at that. An hour has already gone past on step number 52 along the practical path. Vicki Wagoner, it's been amazing. A year has gone by.
Yeah, 1 year anniversary.
Wow. What is the 1 year anniversary? Is that paper?
Oh,
1 year anniversary? I
I,
don't know.
I'd
I'll
have to
send you a
Google it.
card. I don't know. Something like that. It's fine.
It's fun, and I hope everyone's enjoying it. It's so much fun. We just share what we know. Do we know everything? No. Yet we have a great time.
We do. We really do. If somebody would like to get in touch with you for more information about the services that you can provide and help with, how would they find you?
You can call or text 239-248-0586 or email me at Vicki, Vicki, Wagoner, Wagoner, 53 at gmail.com.
Absolutely. And if you're interested in learning more about your gadgets and gizmos, go to YouTube, look up Bill's iPhone tips right there. You'll see the guy in the red shirt. That'll be me. So,
And it's well worth looking you up because
there you go. Figure
oh,
it out.
you're my
Figure.
computer guy as well as my best friend.
Oh, thank you. That's awesome. And we hope you've had a good time listening. We have had a great time bringing
We
this to you.
always
I mean, we're not going anywhere. We're just celebrating our 1 year thing here. So, but if you have enjoyed this and you do want to find out more or make a comment or post a question or anything like that, you can look us up on Facebook. Just do a search for The Practical Path Podcast. You have to kind of do the whole thing because there's a bunch of them out there. The Practical Path Podcast. And you'll find our Facebook page where I post the shows every week. And Miss Vicki posts some of her pictures of like when deer and bear come by to visit her cabin in Georgia. It's awesome.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's great. So then we'll find you there. If you are
Yes.
listening to this show on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or iHeartRadio, feel free to leave us that 5-star review there. We'd appreciate it. And
Oh, definitely. Thank you.
been a great week. Thanks for joining us, everybody. We'll see you again next week. I'm Bill Sklodowski.
And I'm Vicki Wagoner, and remember to always be your own best friend.